That one looked like a Kilmer pass. Well, good Friday night, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let me say shout out to so many of you guys that have been channel members. It hit me that Ruben today, during our live stream, had posted 60 months of being a channel member. I am so blessed. I mean, I've got incredible people that not only are members, but have been part of helping to save history, buying bricks and things like that, that have seen me through my ups and downs and me going off on people and losing people and everything else. You are the real MVPs out there. So we had a great live stream here as we get ready for the draft. I was actually looking forward to having Game Time Brian was going to join us, but he's spending time with the missus. Got to definitely take care of the missus, and ended up running late, so we didn't have him on because I wanted to get his perspective on a couple of things. It was funny today because we had from our group chat that we had from the draft 2 years ago in Kansas City, and somebody started commenting on that chat that we haven't done anything with for 2 years, and DMV and Game Time Brian, Prime Time, David Wiley, Daniel Hernandez, and we were all chiming in about the draft and stuff and talking about how it would be nice if we were actually all going to be together at the draft, but we're not. And looking at the weather, I said last year in Detroit is close to, Lake Michigan. You're actually right there at the Detroit River, which feeds into Lake Michigan. And where they were doing the draft is like really right on the waterfront. And the wind was kicking. And that second day, oh my God, it was freezing. It was literally freezing because we were like in between some buildings. It was like the wind tunnel that was there. And poor Prime Time, who's from Florida, he was literally, his teeth were chattering. And I said, I can't imagine what it's going to be like in Green Bay, because Green Bay, of course, is by one of the Great Lakes, and it's on the water. And Green Bay, basically, it's cold, and it's less cold. We were literally doing a community build project to start the NFL season in September, right after they won the Super Bowl. And we were wearing hoodies outside, and this is early first week in September. And so I said, it's going to be cold in Green Bay. They said, no, it's late April. Well, Thursday, right now, it looks like the high temperature will be 57. The low will be 43, and it's going to rain, at least in the long-range forecast, as they're calling for rain for Thursday. And the temperature will not get above 57. And the nights are in the low 40s. So that's going to be fun. Not only that, it's also days in is like $1,000 a night. So yeah, us broke ass media wouldn't be able to make it. But I got finished and I saw some tweets. Micah Parsons has, professed that he loves to know what's going on. He enjoys tweeting and doing his podcast and stuff. And he got into a little bit with it on Twitter about somebody saying, oh, you'd rather be a podcaster than a football player. And Micah Parsons said something so 100% spot on. And he said, I'm basically trying to set myself up for life after football, which is most players don't. You can look at somebody like Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill was out having fun, having 5 new baby mamas this year, and getting ready to get a divorce. That's okay right now. You can afford to pay child support for those kids right now, those 5 different women that are all going to be coming at you saying, we got the baby for the next 18 years. But at some point, you're not going to be making $30 million a year. And that's before taxes. Tax man gonna take a third of that. So that's 20 million. Then your agent's gonna take 10 of that. So that's another 3 million off of there. That gets you down to 17. Now, granted, 17 sounds really good, but when you think about you've got to make it for the rest of your life, and you've been living a lifestyle where maybe you got multiple Lamborghinis and houses, and you're going to Vegas and making it rain and spending $1 million in a weekend. There was a statistic of 78% of professional athletes within 3 years are broke. So for Micah Parsons to recognize, I have to take advantage of being where I am right now to set me up for the rest of my life. And then you had Cam Newton, who literally said, if I were about to be drafted, I was going to be number 1 pick, I'd want to be a Dallas Cowboy. See, recognize that the Cowboys move the needle. It's not about winning. It's not about winning. You know, and I know, that when Dak Prescott's finished with the NFL, he's going to find himself in the booth. Just like Tony Romo did, just like Jason Witten did, although Jason Witten's problem was he just wasn't good. But just like Moose Johnson, just like Michael Irvin, just like Emmitt Smith, just like Troy Aikman. It's not the same in other places. Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. Let's say neither of them win a Super Bowl. Who do you think is going to have a career after football? To be real here. Trevor Lawrence or Dak Prescott? Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott? Because people care about the Cowboys. And I'm going to say, it hit me today because I keep hearing people talking about your old dusty rings don't mean anything. Nobody cares. I'm going to tell you something. It hit me tonight because I've been fortunate enough to see all 5 of the Cowboys Super Bowl wins and all of their losses. Now, I can honestly say that when they lost to the Colts, I don't remember the game or plays in the game. See, I'm going to say the Cowboys beating the Miami Dolphins will be the greatest win that I ever remember. And that nobody can take that away from me. Even if the Cowboys win one this year or next year, sometime before I die, none of them will mean as much as when the Cowboys beat the Miami Dolphins. Because I was a little kid sitting on that couch with the greatest man that I ever knew, looking up and wanting to be like him. And remembering the joy after the Dallas Cowboys were known as the team that couldn't win the big one. Because they lost to Green Bay in the Ice Bowl, and they lost the next year to them in the NFC Championship game again. Great regular season team. Can't win the big one. Until they did. But I remember celebrating that Super Bowl with my dad. You're going to tell me that memory, that time means nothing? I can never, ever, ever do that again. So those rings do have meaning. A lot. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And thank you all. It's hard to believe it was a week ago that I buried my dad. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them before the fire goes out. because you might not get the chance again, and I love you guys. God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow.
Peace out.